Hello, hello, hello. This is the Interesting Things show, and I use the term show loosely because I don't know what else to call this. Like radio shows, it has segments, music, and themes. The segments will always be real news, my news, and fandom. Today's music will be 30 seconds of music by Black Lab and the All American Rejects. Today's theme is scary things. And since this is the first show, I don't know if this is going to be weekly, monthly, or randomly updated, just so you know. And any questions you may have, like what's my name or why I'm doing this, are explained on my profile page. So moving right along to the first segment, real news. Okay, real news. Researchers at 3 different universities recently compared results from 5 intelligence tests given to 425 Vietnam War vets in 1985 as a part of a U.S. disease control study. Yes, I'm paraphrasing. These vets aged from 31 to 44 also provided sperm samples, and the researchers have found that the smarter the men were, the more sperm they produced, and the better their wee ones swam. It didn't matter how old the men were or whether they smoked, drank, or were obese. Researchers believe the cause to be genetic. Well, doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. My own thoughts? Well, that just explains why I always liked intelligent people. And hopefully this is actually true and eventually dumb people will cease to exist. But only time can tell, I guess. And now, moving on to 30 seconds of Keep Myself Awake by Black Lab from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer album. And moving right along, the next segment is My News. My news is that soon I'll be heading to college. And it's very nerve-wracking because I kind of did everything a bit late going for the spring semester, and the bill just came in, and it was due 7 days ago. So, and there's no room number next to one of my classes. That's always a nice thing to have, so I don't know where I'm going for that. And it's just a whole, in 2 weeks I'm going to be in college, and yet I feel like I have absolutely nothing to prepare. And supposedly there is an orientation the day before classes, and I'm going to be in line with like 20 questions. Because they don't actually tell you, like, what books do you need? They don't say. No. So that's the new nerve-wracking thing coming up for me. Will be a freshman, 21-year-old freshman. Very not cool. And now we'll listen to 30 seconds of Jack's Lament by the All American Rejects from the Nightmare Revisited soundtrack. Well, no, not soundtrack, but from the movie Nightmare Before Christmas remake. So here it is.
There are few who deny at what I do. I am the best, for my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. With the slightest little effort of my
And lastly, we're going to the last segment, fandom. And the fandom I'm discussing today is Supernatural. Found out a spoiler, not going to tell you the spoiler, of course. I've been having a lot of issues with the Supernatural this season. And basically, my main concern is that it's not as scary as it used to be. Before they had actual creepy episodes, now it's either funny or semi-gory. it's losing what it had in the first two seasons. It was creepy. It was an actual horror movie every episode, and I feel like that's just gone. It's now just either drama or comedy. Not that it's not fun. I like funny episodes, but I also like scary episodes, and that's gone. But I did read a spoiler that if it's true, I'm probably done with the show because it's just. If you've heard it, it's a drama aspect spoiler. It's not a scary spoiler or anything like that. If you've heard it, you probably know what I'm talking about. If it happens, of course, I'll talk about it. Hopefully, it's not an act. It's just a rumor. But yeah, I love the show. I have all three seasons on DVD. I just where it's going. Mm, Storyline, it's okay. I don't mind the angels and stuff. If you're gonna have bad guys, you gotta have good guys. It's just the actual setup and the actual content of each episode not being what it used to be. It's not as scary as it used to be. It's not to seem. It's almost just all about the demons and where are all the other monsters that are supposedly still around. So yeah, that's it. And that's the end of this episode, I guess, of this show. Thank you for listening. And I don't have a sign off yet, so